Welcome to AER Int channel and welcome back to Drawing course. In this lecture, we're gonna look at the tool Hole Callout. As we see, we have a part here with a hole. This hole is not created using extruded cut. This hole is created using Hole Wizard tool. If we want to put dimension of this hole and this part, we can go to annotation and we can use smart dimension. So we can go here and we can dimension this diameter. We can dimension this diameter. We can dimension this depth. We can dimension this depth. And this is how we can do it manually. But we have one tool that calls Hole Callout, and by using this tool we can save some time. So let's go back. Let's go to annotation. Let's go to Hole Callout. And let's click on this circle. And now we got radius and depth of this hole. And now as we see, we have 7mm of diameter that goes 15mm in depth. And then we have counterbore diameter 14.55 that goes 4.15 in depth. This is one way how we can use it. And let's delete this. As well, we can use model items. Let's go to annotation, model items. Here, let's choose entire model. And now if we leave everything as it is and click OK, dimensions of this hole don't appear. Let's go to model items again. And here under dimensions, we have one icon, Hole Callout. Let's check this on. Let's click OK. And now we got the same result as before using this Hole Callout. So when we have holes that are created with Hole Wizard, we can use Hole Callout and create dimensions for these holes. In the next chapter, in this lecture, we're gonna show how to create surface finish symbols. So let's go to annotation tab. And here we have surface finish tool. So let's click on this tool. Now here on the left side, we have surface finish properties. And here we have some symbols. So now we have this symbol, basic. In here we can put some informations. Maximum roughness, minimum roughness, production method, and so on. Now here if we choose a different symbol, for example this one, machining prohibited. Now here we have different boxes where we can put some informations. So we can choose the symbol, which one we need here, and then we can fill the information here. For example, let's go here with the basic. Let's go here with 50 for maximum roughness and 30, like this. And let's go here at production method or treatment. Let's go with milling, like this. And now if we go with our mouse here, we can position this symbol, for example, on the surface, like this. And now let's click OK. So here we have our surface finish symbol. Let's click on this symbol. Now let's go down here. In here we can define an angle, for example. Now we can rotate this, like this, to this direction, or another direction. Or we can change the position. We can rotate 90 degrees. Or we can go like this to the other sides. But let's go upright. And here we can add a leader. And now we have by default no leader. We can add here leader and we have something like this, as we can see. And here we can change the arrow style. And let's go with this one, like this. And let's click OK. And this is our surface finish symbol. We can click on this symbol and we can save this. We can add or update the style. Let's call it A and OK. Let's click OK now. And now when we go to annotation, surface finish, we can choose here A and we can add a new symbol here. For example, for this circle, like this. And let's click OK. So this is how we can create surface finish symbols in SolidWorks. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you like. I hope it can be a little helpful and useful.